You think you're lazy, but what if I told you you're carrying battles your mind can no longer hide, and your exhaustion is the evidence of your survival? Before we dive deep into this journey, I invite you to stay with me until the end. Sometimes the words we need most come in the last few minutes. This isn't just another video, it's a space to remember you're not alone. You're not lazy, you're emotionally exhausted, and that difference matters more than you might realize. Laziness implies a refusal to act. Exhaustion speaks of a body, a mind, and a soul that have fought for too long without enough rest, enough recognition, or enough care. Clinical psychology gives us the tools to understand what we feel in our bones. When you live under prolonged emotional strain, your nervous system stops working the way it was meant to. Your amygdala, constantly sensing threat, goes into overdrive. Your prefrontal cortex, the center for focus, planning, and motivation, dims its light. Your body learns to prioritize basic survival over ambition, joy, or exploration, and slowly, without even realizing it, you lose the spark that once made life feel open and possible. This isn't your fault. This isn't a personal defect. It's a biological defense against drowning in overwhelm. You've probably felt it. That strange, crushing fatigue that makes even the simplest tasks feel monumental. Choosing what to eat, answering a message, brushing your hair. It's not that you don't care. It's that every ounce of your energy is being used to simply stay upright. Psychologist Roy Baumeister's work on decision fatigue shows how even small choices drain the brain's limited daily energy. When you're emotionally exhausted, the invisible labor of daily living can become unbearable. It's not a lack of willpower. It's the silent tax of survival. There's also cognitive overload at play. Our modern world demands we stay constantly alert to messages, news, deadlines, expectations. The brain, originally evolved for simpler environments, struggles to adapt. When the demands outpace your capacity to process, your mind's natural reaction is to shut down pathways not essential to immediate survival. In his book, The Body Keeps the Score, trauma expert Bessel van der Kolk explains how trauma, and chronic stress is a form of slow trauma, changes the way the brain organizes experience itself. When overwhelmed, the brain disintegrates. The higher functions disconnect, leaving you stuck in primitive survival responses. That's why, when you're emotionally exhausted, life feels fragmented. You know you have things to do, but connecting intention to action becomes almost impossible. Example from real life. You open your laptop to respond to one email. Instead, you sit staring at the screen, frozen. Minutes pass, maybe an hour. You chastise yourself. Why am I being so lazy? But you're not being lazy. You're frozen in a trauma-adapted nervous system that's desperately trying to conserve your remaining resources. And the more you blame yourself, the deeper the freeze becomes. Even ancient wisdom understood this cycle. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. Be simple. Be patient, be humble, focus only on your own soul." But in a world screaming for endless output, focusing on your soul, on rest, reflection, and healing, feels almost rebellious. You are not defective for needing deep rest. You are responding, with exquisite biological wisdom, to an environment that demands more than a human being was ever meant to give. The Philosophy of Tiredness, Albert Camus, grappling with the absurdity of existence, famously wrote, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that there was within me an invincible summer. But the journey to that summer passes through the recognition of winter. It's not weakness to rest, it's wisdom. It's not surrender to slow down, it's survival." In Japanese Zen philosophy, there's the concept of zanshin, the state of relaxed, alert attention maintained even at rest. True rest isn't collapse into numbness. It's an aware stillness, a gathering of strength. When you rest intentionally, not out of guilt, but out of deep care, you are practicing zanshin. You are staying present with your own healing. You are learning a deeper kind of strength, the strength of compassion toward yourself. Practical psychological techniques for emotional exhaustion. Here's what you can do to slowly bring yourself back. Micro-healing intervals. Instead of pushing through hours of exhaustion, schedule 5-minute check-ins with yourself. Set a gentle timer. At every alarm, ask, how is my body? What do I need right now? This builds self-attunement, a crucial skill for emotional regulation. Decision simplification. Pre-plan small, repetitive aspects of your life. Meals, clothes, routes. This saves cognitive bandwidth for emotional processing. Safe touch rituals. Physical grounding helps calm the nervous system. Hold a textured stone, wrap yourself in a soft blanket, or simply place a hand over your heart. Self-compassion scripts. Use simple inner phrases adapted from Kristin Neff's self-compassion model. This is hard. Everyone struggles. I am not alone. Repeat them, even if at first they feel hollow. Permission slips. Write yourself physical permission slips. Today, I give myself permission to rest without guilt. Today, I allow myself to heal at my own pace. These small acts rewire inner narratives of shame into narratives of self-kindness. We live in a culture that equates worth with productivity, but humans are not assembly lines. We are ecosystems, changing, adapting, resting, growing. Even the mighty oak stands bare through winter. Even the sun hides behind clouds. You are not here to be useful every day. You are here to live. And some days, living looks like stillness. It looks like holding your own brokenness without rushing to fix it. It looks like daring to believe you are still worthy, even when you feel empty. As Viktor Frankl wrote, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. But changing yourself doesn't always mean doing more. Sometimes it means doing less. Slowing down. Listening to what your exhaustion has been trying to tell you for months, maybe years. I need gentleness. I need time. I need space to come back to life. You are not lazy. You are a survivor of countless unseen battles. You have carried weights that would have crushed others. You have fought wars inside yourself with no one cheering you on. And even now, tired, overwhelmed, lost, you are still here. That is not weakness. That is resilience beyond anything the world teaches you to value. You are not broken. You are healing. You are not failing. You are finding your way back to the invincible summer that lives within you. And that journey, slow, messy, painful, is a wholly heroic thing. And if you feel called to, share your experience in the comments below. Your story might be the light someone else needs today. We are building a space for honest conversations, real healing, and inner strength. If you're ready to walk this path with us, subscribe, and let's heal in our own time together.